Hi friends, good evening. So welcome to the Forensic Analytics training by 360DigiTMG. So previous classes we discussed about applications of forensic analytics and discussed about CRISP MLP methodology. So it is nothing but project management methodology. There will be 6 steps starting from business and data understanding. So data engineering, model building, evaluation, deployment, finally quality. So these 6 phases are very important to develop machine learning applications. So even industries will use this methodology to develop any machine learning application or any data science project. And after we discussed about EDA and pre-processing. So EDA and pre-processing are very important. So because to analyze the data, so the data should be clear. So the data clear in the sense it should not have any values. It should not have any outliers. So if data is clear, it is helpful. So we can analyze. If you apply the model building on clean data, you may get good results. That we discussed already. And after we discussed about unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning is, so there is no output variable. Just a machine can give rules or pattern based on the input data. So this plays an important role in forensic investigations. Like, so if there is a crime scene, there is a scene. If you observe any patterns, then we can observe that we can collect the evidence, and we can compare the evidence with all the stored data. So anyway, when a case is going to start investigation, after completion, the total information will be stored in the document. The document will be stored in the databases. Now, if you notice, yes, there is a such incident, it is already happened. Same incidents like that incident has happened some years ago. So then we can compare with the incident what happened and what happened now and to the previous incident. Then it is very helpful to take how to proceed with the case. So it is helping this analytic, this unsupervised learning, helping the forensic team so that how to proceed and how to solve that case. And we discussed about K-means clustering as a part of unsupervised learning. So K is the thing, but it's a number of clusters. Now, if you have the data in K-means clustering, what we can do, if we have the data, then we can divide the clusters based on the similarities. If we divided one data set into 3 groups, and each and every group, the data points in the similar groups are nearer. Suppose if some data points are there, so the data points in same groups are near. And if there is, in this way, the total data will be split into the 3 or 4 parts, 3 or 4 clusters. And if there is any output value, if there is any input value, new value, so then we can say, so which cluster it is belongs to. So in that way we can suggest. So that is K-means clustering. And after we started discussing of types of machine learning, as anyway we have 4 types of machine learning. First one is unsupervised learning. Next one is supervised machine learning. So supervised machine learning, we have the output variable. We can do analysis on labeled data. So we can predict the output based on the input features. So the supervised learning again classified into 2, regression. Next one is classification. So if our data set having output variable, so supervised in the sense there will be an output variable. Now, if our output variable is continuous data, so then we can go for regression. So we have various regression methods. So we will, by using the regression analysis, we can predict the value. Suppose if our output variable is categorical, we can apply classification models. And we discussed about K nearest neighbors. K nearest neighbors is nothing but neighbors. So if you want to predict the class of a particular data point, so we need to check with the neighbors. And so in that neighbors, we can calculate the Euclidean distances. So based on the Euclidean distances and based on the number of clusters. Suppose if there is a data point, around that particular data point, there will be 2 data points nearer from left side, 1 data point from right side. So anyway, two data points from the left side group. So we can say the data point what we are going to predict, it is belongs to the left side group. So in that way, so we can predict the data point. So predict the behavior of the data point by using k nearest neighbor. So it is supervised machine learning model. And as KNN is a supervised machine learning model, so it is also called as a lazy learner. So why it is lazy learner? I have explained the example. Because if we suppose there is a scenario I can explain. I think this already we discussed it. So there will be exam. Tomorrow I need to attend exam. So up to now I don't know anything. So my plan is I will spend some time and I will prepare today and I will write exam. There is no particular plan, just I will memorize the topics. So what are the topics are there, what topics I need to prepare, etc. So I can prepare, I may spend some sufficient time on each and every topic, what they are going to ask in tomorrow examination. Then I can write well, even spending less amount of time and spending only one day. One day I spent on the examination topics. I can write well, but after 1 week or after 10 days, if I try to memorize, so what answers I have written, it is very difficult. So memory based learning. Similarly in KNN also. So if we allow model to train the data, so training in the nothing but as a part of training, KNN will memorize the data. It will store the information. It will store the patterns in the data. So based on that, it can predict the values. In this way, this will have work in K nearest neighbor. And after KNN, we discussed about a decision tree. So decision tree. So if you want to take any decision, some conditions we need to check. So I need to, so I have completed my graduation. Well, let us take one scenario to understand the concept of decision tree. I have completed my graduation. I need to do job or I need to spend time on further studies. So this I cannot take, just I need this. This is a decision I need to check. So whether I need to continue my education, I need to go for higher studies or job. So it is depending on some factors, like what about my financial condition. So yeah, good. I have good support from my parents. So I'm economically, I'm fine. So definitely, no need to do job, cancel. So I can go with the higher studies. Yes. So what I want to study, where I want to study. Want to prefer in US or UK? Yeah, US. We have our relatives and my brother is working, etc. So based on that, so based on the various decisions, in this way we can similarly. So each and every it will take some parameters, some based on some parameters, the good value, the correct value which suits us, so it will be finalized. So that is nothing but decision tree. It is also supervised as we have output variable. Next we discussed about regression. So as I have explained that in supervisor, as it is a supervised machine learning, so regression is applicable when if our output variable is continuous numerical data, we can use a regression. So regression is nothing but it will give the relationship between independent variable and dependent variable. Suppose it is also classified into briefly two types. One is simple linear regression, multiple linear regression. So simple linear regression we use if the relation is between one independent variable and one dependent variable. Suppose if the relation between more than one independent variable and one dependent variable, we can go with multilinear regression. So about one use case related to multilinear regression, we discussed yesterday. So today is the last class in the domains training. So we are going to discuss the topic which is related to So artificial intelligence. So first thing is, what is artificial intelligence? So what is it? So in machine learning, so machine can predict the results. So based on algorithm, based on the data, and machines will mimic the learning methodology of human being. So coming to artificial intelligence here, so nothing but a development of the machines, intelligent machine. The machines can work and think like human being. So how we are working, how we are thinking. So in this way, so machines will think. So that is nothing but artificial intelligence. So giving intelligence to the machine. So machines are now in a position to take own decisions. So that is nothing but artificial intelligence. Now, so artificial intelligence, anyway, there is a concept called neurons. So what is neuron? So neuron, we can compare with neuron, artificial neuron, we can compare so with our brain. So even human brain also consisting of the various neurons. So if you in daily life, if I want to take some suppose, yeah, even I am delivering the session. So even I am delivering the session, somebody may ask one question: why artificial intelligence is important? So how I know that how my brain will work in this case. So first, as I am delivering, I can see the chart option. Somebody posted this question, so I can see that question, I can read, and the information is passed to the neurons. So neurons will try to give respond. So neurons are so that person is going to ask the importance of artificial intelligence. So input is passed through the neurons, and neurons will analyze the information. Finally, it will give the output. Yes, Srinivas, the person want to know more information regarding the artificial intelligence. You can explain like that. So one more case you can take. I'm going somewhere. Suddenly one car is coming towards me. So then I can say, so just eyes will pass the information neuron. Yeah, something, that car is coming towards. So take care, you move away, etc. So these are the cases. So here our neurons will process the information, will give information to me back, and the neurons will become active, and I can able to take the suitable, I can take suitable step to escape that problem. So in this way, our neurons will work. So in artificial intelligence also, so neurons plays an important role. Just I can take one example. So if you see this picture, that is example for multi-layer perceptron. Multi-layer perceptron is nothing but one type of neural network. So here you can able to see input layer, first hidden layer, second output layer, and output layer. So how we can able to solve? How here the neurons will take the decision. So we will pass the data through the input layer. So input layer will take the data points in the form of W1, W1x1, W2x2, like that. So W1 is the nothing but one coefficient. So anyway, we will pass the input through the input layer. Then the hidden layers will responsible for the processing the information. So what information we pass it through input layer, the information is processed in the hidden layers, and finally it will give the best output. It will give the output. And if it is again regression or any supervised model, it will compare with the predicted value and the value because of the output variable. It will compare. Then if the output is not matching to our requirement, then it will again it will go back. So it will go back to the input layer. Then again weights will be adjusted. So it will happen until and unless to get a good accuracy. So it will retain the model until weights will be adjusted until and unless we get the clear output. So in this way, so multi-layer perceptron will work. So more layer, we can say multiple layer perceptron. Now there is one more concept here, activation function. So activation function is nothing but which activates neurons, like suppose if when the neurons will be activated. So we can take again example to our real life. Whenever we are going outside, so a lot of things we will observe, and we will observe, we'll see, and we can leave it. But if you see certain things, we will take some action, or we will keen observing on particular incidents. If you are simply leaving nothing, but your neurons are not activated when you are taking some decisions. Like I have taken one teacup. Okay, basically it is so hot. Now if I take, what will happen? Heat will transfer. So immediately our neurons will burst. It will give information. Just we will leave, because if we on hold, we may suffer. So that just we have taken one action. So that is because of neurons. So anything we are doing, just information is crossing, activation function will take. So activation function will activate neurons in the hidden layer. Okay. So first we will pass the input, and inputs are nothing but W1 some coefficient, following with the columns what we have in the data set, and then in the hidden layer the exact processing is going on. So after we will get the output. So let us continue. So what is multi-layer perceptron? So multi-layer perceptron is a neural network that lends the relationship between linear and non-linear data. So linear in nothing but there will be a relation, one increases, another increases. But anyway, it will give neural network lends the relationship. And understanding this network helps us to obtain information about the reasons in advanced models of deep learning. Yeah. And multi-layer perceptron is commonly used in regression problems also. However, multi-layer perceptron are not ideal for processing pattern with sequential and multi-dimensional data. So it is one type of feed-forward neural network will give the relation between this such type of data. Overview of this multi-layer perceptron. So it is supplement of feed-forward neural networks. It consisting of 3 layers. First one is input layer, output layer, and hidden layer. So input layer, we can pass the information. So output layer, we can get the output, and hidden layers for processing the information. So here clearly explained, the input layer receive the input signal, which is going to be processed, and the required tasks such as prediction and classification is performed by the output layer. So yeah, these hidden layers are nothing but for processing, for computing purpose. So what are the advantages of multi-layer perceptron? So multi-layer perceptron is a model can be used to solve complex non-linear problem. If we have the non-linear problem, so there is no direct relation. I mean, some non-linear relation between the columns in a data set. So then we can use multi-layer perceptron. And next advantage is it works well with both small and large input data. So we cannot say, yeah, if we have we should not think like that. Yeah, neural networks. So if we have the huge data, we need to use this neural networks. If we have the less data, we can go with machine learning. Not like that. It will work fine. So with respect to small and large input data, and it is helped to obtain quick predictions after training. So when the training is finished, so now the model is ready to take predictions. It helps to obtain the same accuracy ratio with the large as well as small data. So when the data size is changing, we can maintain the same accuracy ratio. So this is one of the advantage because of the multi-layer perceptron. Next, how MLP is used in forensic analytics. So there will be a lot of usages in the forensic analytics. So mainly what we will do, the forensic team will collect the evidence. So anyway, image processing will be helpful. Okay, suppose in particular place some incident is happened, then they may travel some distance, right? So if you have some based on the distance, who are traveling in that particular time, so who reached in the particular spot nearer. So it is by image processing. So we can identify the pictures of the persons, so who involved in the such incidents. So that is the one benefit. And it is helpful to find the sequence. So anyway, we found some DNA related. So how we can compare? So whose DNA it is? So to do that, we use this neural network concept. It will give accurate method. So easily we can predict who is the person who is responsible for that incidents. And there will be some aiding forensic investigation through deep learning, machine learning. Accurate and reliable results to investigation process. So investigation will becomes easy if neural networks into the picture. Next, these neural networks are expressed in a very clear and straightforward way. So easily shown and immediate where possible understand even by non-specialist. The results. So non-specialist also can understand easily because of this multi-layer perception concept in forensic. So it is also used for applied statistical methodologies for data evaluation have to be rigorous, should not compromise the role. So this is the use of multi-layer perceptron in forensic analytics. Next, as we have some advantages, there will be some disadvantages. So the disadvantages are nothing but, so in multi-layer perceptron, computations are difficult. Okay, after getting results after the computation is fine, but the computations are very difficult and time consuming, will take more time. And second disadvantage is, so in multi-layer perceptron, it is difficult to predict how much the dependent variable affect each independent variable. How the relation between the dependent variable and independent variable, how it is affecting, how the dependent variable is changing with respect to independent variable. And the model functionality also, it is depends on the quality of the train. So these are disadvantages of multi-layer perceptron. So let us try to understand more by doing hands-on. Yeah. So first thing, yes. So first of all, there is one use case related to some criminal data set I have. So I will do some analysis by using neural network concept. First step is nothing but, so we need to import the necessary libraries, pandas, NumPy, multi-layer Perceptron classifier, and also import classification report and confusion metric. Just you need to run this. Next, so we need to load the data set. So if you want to load the data set, I use just data pd.read_csv, the criminal CSV. Yeah, so if you want to see the first 5 features, you can see the UID, name, age, gender, race, state, city, state, manner of death, etc. So predict, that's just what happened in the historical data we are going to do. Next, what will be the last 5 observations? If you want to see the last 5 observations, you need to type this command. Data.top. Next, what will be the shape of the data? So shape of the data will give information regarding the number of rows and columns. So this data set consisting of 12,491 rows and 12 columns. Now, what are the data types of our column? So if you want to know the data types of column, we need to pass the command data.dtypes. So data.dtypes will give the data types of our column. Done. So these are the column: UID, name, age, gender, race, date, city, state, manner of death, armed, yeah, illness, and etc. So these are affecting on the condition. Next, descriptive statistics. How my data is. The descriptive statistics performed on numerical data. Yeah, it is performed on UID and age. So I want to check. Next, I am starting with data engineering, so also called as exploratory data analysis and data pre-processing. So checking any NA values are present in my column. So to check, I need to pass the command data.isNA_sum. So if I have any NA values in my data set, the sum of the NA values in the each and every column will be printed. Just I will run here. So if you observe clearly, you can see NA values are present in the column age and also race, also arm. So NA values are present. Next. Now dropping the unwanted column. So UID anyway, I'm thinking, so it is not relevant for our analysis. Just I can drop. So unwanted column, yeah, another race also, maybe it is unwanted, not needed. You can drop. And performance mean imputation. So for age, I am going to do imputation. So because age is important. So I want to add one meaningful logical value. So first I will take the age of all, I will add the ages. I may get one average value. That average value is fitted in the place of NA. Done. Same we are performing mode. So before one mean imputation, now mode, gender. And performing it is mode only. It is also mode. Done. Next. Check the missing values. starting with data is now any NA values are present. Now no NA values in my data set. Yes, it is fine. No, I can see there will be a 4 missing values present in the city column. So anyway, 4 it is less value. Just I can use drop NA method to remove. So if I use drop NA, what will happen? The rows, the column values correspond to the rows. So the rows which are having the NA values will be deleted. Just I can execute this. Yeah. Now I am checking again. There will be any missing values or not. So no NA values are present. Now, so checking for duplicate value. Any duplicates are there in our data set. 263. So dropping the duplicates. Can execute this. Yeah. So once you drop this duplicates, now what will be the any duplicated out there or not? Now 0. So 0 columns are duplicate, 0 rows are duplicated. Now what are the column names of my data? Data.columns will give the column names. Yes. Now converting the age column into the integer type. So gender male 11,620 and female 604. Next value counts of the another column, that is manner of death. The shoot, tercet, shoot and tercet, other. Next data.armored, the value counts. So in the armored column, there will be a gun, knife, unarmed weapon, you can see. Next, do you have any mental illness column? So female, true. So mental illness. So false it is 9,650 and true will be 2,574. Now flee is another column. So related for our investigation. False, true. So now our columns are nothing but name, age, gender, date, city, state, manner of death, armed, mental illness, and also flee. Next, I want to take same like yesterday's class, take some features. Yes. So next, what will be my X? So here I will execute this. So what is X? Yeah. So now this is the data set consisting of age, gender, armed, mental illness, flee. So now I want to get just anyway, I have some categorical column. So I want to convert into just I want to create dummies. Dummies are created. Now what will be the output? Output is the thing, but manner of death. Now pre-processing is done. Let's go to the model building phase. So in the model building phase, we need to use MLP, multi-layer perceptron classifier. First from sklearn dot model selection. So import train test split. Yes. Now training is 80%, 20 is test. So next thing is, so from sklearn dot pre-processing, import standard scaler, scaling technique. So train and text. Yeah. So MLP hidden sizes, size 3,2, iterations 100. So it will iterate until and unless getting good value. So maximum is 100. So meaning it will not run 100 times. It will run until getting good value. Some chances after 1 or 2 iterations, the model will fix a good accuracy. So fixing training and test taking some time. No prediction. So output variable is method. So short, etc. These are the methods. Next, I'm doing evaluating the model. So for that, I need to pass this. So from sklearn.metrics accuracy score and confusion matrix and classification. So what is accuracy? Prediction. So I'm getting 94%. So okay, our model is good. So now our model ready to predict. So this is the data, already historical data. So sensitive information, how the persons are, the persons are suffered due to in various circumstances. So that I have analyzed. Yeah. So this is the use case in the use case for your multi-layer perceptron. So let us revise what we discussed today. So today we started with artificial intelligence topic. I explained about what is artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is nothing but machine can work like a human being. So machine can operate. So machine can communicate. So what task we can able to do? So machines will do. And that things should be developed, nothing but artificial intelligence, and started with multi-layer perceptron. So we have first before going to the multi-layer perceptron, what is neural network? Neural network is connection of the neurons which are responsible to take the decisions. Now there will be various neural networks. One of the neural networks is nothing but multi-layer perceptron. So it is a feed forward neural network. And it is for a simple regression problem. Next one is nothing but examples of multi-layer perceptron. So this is the picture will give the this is nothing but multi-layer perceptron. So where we have input variables and output, and you can able to see the hidden layers. So input layer for passing the information, output layer for the output, and hidden layers will respond for data processing. So it is supplement of feed forward neural network. Yeah, I explained already. It consisting of 3 layers: input layer, output layer, and also hidden layer. So the advantage also we discussed it. So this concept will be used to solve complex and non-linear problems. So it works well with both small and large data input and obtain quick predictions. So time will be less. Same accuracy with the large as well as small data, not depending on with the size of the data. So how MLP used in forensic analytics? So not only MLP, this total data science concept are widely used in forensic analytics. So the main intention is Our work is will be, so the requirement will be satisfied soon. This technique, machine learning techniques, we are using in the forensic science, like how to compare, so how to solve the case, how we, anyway forensic team will collect the evidence, so how to store that evidence, where to store the evidence, how to convert that information, or how to connect the information to the scene, crime scene, and to whom I need to investigate. So how to collect the damage, just samples anyway they will collect. So how we can test and etc. So many things will suggest to the forensic department. For suppose somebody is okay, he killed someone, he escaped. By image processing techniques, we can able to find that person like that. So lot of uses we have in multi-layer perceptron. Sequencing DNA. So whose DNA it is, identifying the person, or identifying the particular criminal, and their nature. So what should be the patterns? Are they following any patterns? So that we can go by comparing the crime scenes. So if this crime scene is similar to the crime scene what happened in 1 year back, and etc. Like that. So if we pass such type of information to the machine, so it can give the exact value, who is the responsible. It will give more, it will do more analysis by the data set, with the data set, and it will able to who is the responsible for the crime. So who is the, it will suggest the responsible person who involved in the crime, etc. So we have so many uses in multi-layer perceptron. So as we have the good thing, there will be some advantages and disadvantages. So first I will talk with respect to advantages. So for both and small large input data, quick predictions after the training. And we have some disadvantages. So computations are difficult and time consuming. Okay, computations, the process will take time, but once if it is done, it can ready to predict the values, but time loss during the computation. It's difficult to predict how much the dependent variable is affect the independent variable. And functionality depends on the quality of the training. Yes, so this is about multi-layer perceptron in the forensic analytics. So today is the last day. So we have finished 8 classes with respect to domain analytics. So forensic science, nothing but detailed process of investigation. And this forensic science is plays an important role to submit evidence in the court hearings. And yeah, we have, it will suggest some techniques. So how to secure our data, a way to store the data, and etc. So thank you, friends. Thank you for joining. Please subscribe our channel. Have a nice day. Bye.